Today I'm flying from Atlanta, Georgia to Chicago to Frankfurt to Zurich. So it's quite a journey. Right now I'm at Atlanta Airport. I've got my negative COVID test results. We'll see how it goes. My first flight from Atlanta to Chicago is with Delta. I'm only flying with a carry-on. I have my backpack and this suitcase here, and I do have TSA pre, so I am going to head over to the pre-check line now. There is no line here, so that's pretty awesome. I made it through security. It was super easy. There was no line, and now I'm gonna head to my gate, which is B4. My flight is actually from the B gates, but I got off at the A gate stop because I wanted to do a little bit of sightseeing through this awesome tunnel, which I just found out about. So come join me as we go through it. It's so cool. Okay, done with the sightseeing now. Gotta go to my gate. This is a long escalator. I just made it to the gate. I'm actually gonna change my mask. I am currently wearing an N95 mask, but sometimes I feel like this one doesn't give me the best fit and still lets a little bit of air in. So I'm going to change to this one. Out of all the ones I've worn, it has a really snug fit, top and at the bottom. It's got these two rubber bands that you put around your face, and this metal thing at the top. No air gets in anywhere at the top or the bottom. And I have a lot of space here to breathe and to move my mouth. I'm gonna save this one for when I'm at the airports, but on the airplane, I'm gonna be wearing this one.
At this time, I'd like to welcome aboard our staff boarding passengers to Flight 1792, service to Chicago.
Just got handed this single-use sanitizing wipe. So the flight is super full. I can't really be filming out there because I don't want to make people uncomfortable. We have about 45 minutes until we land in Chicago. They just came around with some drinks and snacks, but I didn't have any because I wanted to keep this on the whole time. So I will check in with you guys when we land. I just got off the plane. This is actually a really awesome background. So for those of you that don't know, I am an actress and we have to self-tape auditions, and this would be the perfect color to do that. So I might have to talk to the airport people and find out what color this is. Okay, anyway, so I'm off the plane. I'm in Terminal E, or wherever the E gates are. My next flight leaves from Terminal 1. Until then, I'm gonna switch back into this mask because this one is very tight on my face. And in the airport, I feel like I'm gonna be fine wearing just this one. So I can relieve a little bit of the pressure on my face. I'm gonna put this back in this plastic it came in and make my way to the next gate. I have 2 hours and 15 minutes until the next flight, so that's plenty of time to get to the next gate and maybe find a smoothie or something, maybe read some magazines. So yeah, let's go find Terminal 1. nice little walkway. Just got this delicious smoothie, which I'm going to drink now. I'm at my gate. I just went through another document control at the gate where they asked to see my passport and my negative COVID test. And then I also had to fill out a contact tracing form for the Swiss authorities online, which gave me a QR code that they also wanted to see at the gate here. They always check the requirements for your final destination. So even though I'm stopping in Frankfurt, they still check that I've fulfilled all the requirements for entering Switzerland. So it's 2:45 now. I've got about 45 minutes until boarding, and then the flight leaves at 4. So I have a little bit of time to finish this before I get on the plane. Time to board. So everyone got one of these disinfecting wipes. Very cute. Which I'm going to use now to wipe down everything I might be touching. In this cubby there's a water bottle and an amenity kit, which I'm going to open and show you guys. We have some earplugs, a sleep mask, socks, toothbrush with toothpaste and a mint, some face cream and lip balm. I'm going to take the socks and put them over my own socks so I can take my shoes off and be a little more comfortable. The flight looks pretty empty actually. This entire section of the plane seems to be empty. So it looks like I won't have anyone next to me, which is nice. Now we're just waiting for everyone else to board before we get going. Just got the menu. Let's see what we have today. I ordered the prosciutto appetizer, the halibut entree, and a cheese plate for dessert. Just finished that delicious meal. Now I am going to sleep. We have 6 hours left, so hopefully I'll be able to sleep for 4.5 hours until they wake us up for breakfast. And I've got my handy little sleep mask to make sure I don't miss breakfast. Check in with you once I wake up. A trick my sister taught me is to take an extra blanket and lay it across the seat so it feels like you're sleeping on clean sheets. Breakfast has been served.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear Captain, we will start our descent towards Frankfurt soon, landing in about 30 to 35 minutes, depending a little bit on traffic. It means we're on time as promised, and the weather, cloudy skies, the temperature 7 degrees Celsius. Wish you a nice day in Frankfurt. Or safe outbound travels.
So I got off the plane. I've been running because there was only 20 minutes until my next flight. I don't think I'm gonna make it, but it's worth a try. Oh. I got to the gate just as the airplane was rolling away. I got to wave goodbye to it. So now I have to decide if I'm gonna wait for the next flight, which is in, I think 5 hours, or I could take the train. So I'm gonna catch my breath for a minute and then make some decisions. Okay, so I've decided to take the train because I would basically get there at the same time whether I take the train or the airplane, and at least on the train I can get a little bit of work done and I'm not connecting through another airport because I would have to fly through Munich to get to Zurich. So now I'm gonna leave the airport and go to the train station. forgot to mention that when I landed, I went through passport control and they asked to see my passport and the COVID test again. And they were very specific about asking where I was going, what I was doing there, how long I was staying. They wanted to know everything. So I just realized I'm walking the same path that I took in my first flying during COVID video, because this is where you go to the COVID testing center at Frankfurt Airport. So if you land here and you need a COVID test, this is where you would go. Gonna buy some water, food. Got some lunch to eat on the train, and now I gotta find a place to buy a train ticket. I think the train leaves in 35 minutes, so I have a little bit of time. Yep, here is the testing center. It looks like it's actually expanded since the last time I've been here. So I bought my train ticket at the machine. It was 92 euros, which actually isn't that bad for a last minute ticket from Frankfurt to Zurich. And now it's 15 minutes until the train leaves. So I'm just chilling at the train station here. It's half outside, kind of outside. It's a little chilly. I'm gonna have to put my jacket on, but it feels good to stand. And I'm actually not that tired, even though I didn't sleep that much. I don't know, I've found it hard to fall asleep, and there were some crying babies, so maybe I'll have to take a little nap on the train. I'm gonna take that nap now. Just arrived in Stuttgart, where I have to change trains to get to Zurich. And this is my train here behind me, so I'm gonna get on it now. Well, looky here. Looks like I have a whole train car to myself. I'm gonna party. Or take a nap.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on board the Intercity to Zurich via Böblingen-Hof or train to Lingen, Singen and Schaffhausen. We wish you a pleasant journey. Please remember that wearing a medical face mask is mandatory on our trains during the entire journey. Thank you.
So it's only 10:30, but I'm gonna eat the lunch I bought because I'm starving. I got a pretzel with cheese, yum, and Apfelschorle, which is my favorite drink, which is basically just apple juice mixed with carbonated water. Bon appetit. So I actually decided to start doing some editing before I get too tired. And I'm gonna start working on the trip I'm currently on. Well, I finally made it to Zurich. About 4 or 5 hours later than planned, but I made it. I'm exhausted. I've been traveling for close to 20 hours, so the first thing I'm gonna do is go to sleep. I hope this video was helpful in some way. It's definitely not as easy as it was before to travel, but it is possible to do it safely. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I will do my best to answer them.